Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. The greater the difficulty, the greater the glory. Silence is one of the great arts of conversation. To live is to think. The safety of the people shall be the highest law. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery by the doubling of our joy and the dividing of our grief. True law is right reason in agreement with nature. While there's life, there's hope. The welfare of the people is the ultimate law. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. A room without books is like a body without a soul. The countenance is the portrait of the soul, and the eyes mark its intentions. He who has a garden and a library wants for nothing. The life of the dead is placed in the memory of the living. The beginnings of all things are small. The fruit of too much liberty is slavery. Nature has planted in our minds an insatiable longing to see the truth. We were born to unite with our fellow men and to join in community with the human race. The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil. He conquers who endures. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. The best armor is to keep out of range. Freedom is the possession of the totality of power over oneself, and nothing do men more nearly approach the gods than in giving health to men. Not to know what happened before one was born is always to be a child. While we are postponing, life speeds by. The shifts of fortune test the reliability of friends. In time of war the laws are silent. It is not strength, but art, obtained the prize. He who seeks for gain must be at some expense. The greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. Let the welfare of the people be the ultimate law. No one can give you better advice than yourself. We should not say that one man's hour is worth another man's hour, but rather that one man during an hour is worth just as much as another man during an hour. The life of the dead is placed in the memory of the living. In the end, nature has placed the art of government in our minds. The enemy is within the gates. It is with our own luxury, our own folly, our own criminality that we have to contend. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. The best way to preserve the confidence of the people durably is to promote their true interests. To be doing good deeds is man's most glorious task. He who defends everything defends nothing. The shifts of fortune test the reliability of friends. To be free is nothing, to become free is everything. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. True glory consists in doing what deserves to be written, in writing what deserves to be read. To be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. It is not the criminal things which are hardest to confess, but the ridiculous and shameful. Nature herself has imprinted on the minds of all the idea of God. Freedom is a possession of inestimable value. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy.